What's up, everybody, and welcome to the H2 Wrestling Podcast. I'm here with two-time former World Heavyweight Champion and Backyard Wrestling legend, AJ Gagliardo. What's up, AJ?
Just getting stuck in ditches. Not really ditches, driveways.
Just my
Almost
driveway.
a ditch.
Just
Almost
my
a
driveway.
Ditch. Almost a ditch.
You almost hit the ditch. I was like, oh, crap. As soon as I looked out the window when you called me, I was like, damn it, he is stuck.
It's my fault for taking a floater day. That's what I get for having a day off for once.
That's what you get for having a car and coming to my house. We only have SUVs at my house, but this usually happens.
Yeah.
It almost always happened at my aunt's house. But we're going to get to some news real quick. A fan took to Twitter to ask CM Punk if he'll be returning to the December 27th episode of SmackDown Live in Chicago to quote-unquote ruin Cena's return. Punk responded with, "Yes, of course. It's a huge secret, though. So kayfabe, Briz." I don't know what Briz is, but
Yeah.
they're probably a typo, but either way, whatever.
Typo people on the internet just talk weird.
Yep. Ryder posted a tweet. It was a post-surgery pic. Kind of gruesome. We saw it on SmackDown Live. Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is going to be returning in 2017 after taking a year-long hiatus. The Talking Stick Resort Arena confirmed on Facebook that they will host the event at a date that is to be determined. The reason the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view never happened this year is most arenas have a large hanging scoreboard, and the chamber weighs nearly 10 tons, according to Stephanie McMahon.
Is that going to be a Raw or SmackDown pay-per-view?
I hope Raw. It'd be cool to see. I don't understand why they do the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Surprise us at some point during the year. The same with like TLC. I really never gave a shit about the TLC pay-per-view at all. Or the match in general. It's cool to see ladder matches. I don't really care about tables that much.
It has more of an interesting factor to it.
Yeah, I guess.
They can do anything, even though in a ladder match you can always slam someone through a table anyway. They just try to give some kind of gimmick.
Yeah, but two different sites posted rumor WrestleMania 33 matches. I'd like to go over those and talk about what we think the chances are of them happening. My dog is just cuddling the shit out of you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Big ol' 60-pound pit lab mix. Just an absolute cuddle bear. He's trying to climb up in the chair with you. If you want to push him down, you can. I'll tell him to go lay down on him.
He's warming me up right now, so I'm okay for right now.
Alright, so some of the rumored WrestleMania 33 matches from the thing that popped up on my Facebook. I'm sure people have seen it. A lot of these are really high-profile matches, so I doubt I'm 100% not all of them are going to happen. The first one is The Rock versus Vin Diesel for Fast and Furious.
No.
I can't see that happening.
No, especially, well, yeah, I can't see that. That sounds almost as bad as Shaq versus Big Show.
That's actually next on the list, and I actually think that's going to happen.
I think it'll happen too. It just sounds awful. Like
they've been building this for God, how long ago was it where they had Shaq as the guest host of Raw?
I think that was like 2011, 2012.
Jesus. The next one is Seth Rollins versus Triple H, which is definitely going to happen this year at WrestleMania. If it doesn't happen this year, if the match doesn't happen, I will quit Backyard Wrestling and YouTube forever.
The only reason why I would think it wouldn't happen if somehow there's an injury down the road, because we still got...
Yeah, if they're both healthy, then there's absolutely no reason why that shouldn't happen. They're already booking it, pretty much.
He's demanding Triple H. He's got to go through... He went through Chris Jericho, then he wants to go through Owens, and then Triple H.
Yep. And then this one would be very interesting to see is Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. No?
No.
Rousey would destroy Charlotte. Not to mention, they want the baddest woman alive, and Rousey she hasn't even been seen since she lost.
didn't they give her like a return date or something?
I don't know.
I heard something about it. I just can't remember what the date was.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, it's been so long since she's been in the picture, but then this match is Raw Women's Title match is also rumored. Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte. It just feels like it's just gonna be another Divas triple threat to me. It's cool to put Bayley in the mix, but Bayley's just replacing Becky Lynch at
Yeah.
this point.
I don't think that will happen. I've been reading some stuff how they're planning on just Charlotte versus Bayley, just 1-on-1.
Yeah,
And if they're gonna put Rousey in the match, I think it would be against Sasha because they said I read something how they want Charlotte versus Bayley, but still have a big match planned for Sasha.
yeah. They'd have to turn Sasha heel though, or something, or have Rousey heel. It'd be weird either way. Another one is Universal Championship match: Owens versus Finn Balor. That I'd like to see. I would definitely like to see Finn come back at the Rumble and win it all.
That could be accurate if he comes back for that. I know he said he wants to be ready for WrestleMania.
Yep, he said he's not ruling out Royal Rumble yet, though.
It makes sense.
Quit throwing your ball around, Shadow.
It makes sense because I can't think of anyone else who would win the Rumble match.
Yeah.
The only other person I can think other than if Balor returns winning the match would be Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt needs it, but right now he's tag team champion via Freebird rule.
Just leave it on Orton and Harper.
Or Rowan could come back, and they could have Harper and Rowan finally be tag team champions, which they needed to be back in 2013 or 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Another rumored match is Taker versus Cena. I can see this definitely happening, as they're saying possibility of just regular Taker versus Cena, or have Taker beat Styles at Rumble for the title, and then have it be career versus title. Like, that would be big. That would probably be like I know Cena's faced The Rock, but that's probably like most high-profile WrestleMania match for Cena, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. If they do end up doing Styles versus Taker, like for Royal Rumble, they would have to set that up next Tuesday.
Yeah.
In order to get, because it's almost the end of the year. Rumble's almost here.
Yep.
I mean, you can only have so many months, and Styles keeps defending his title a lot. Like he beat Ellsworth this week. That's a triple threat match.
Yeah, Ellsworth.
Yeah.
I won't go to that. Brock versus Goldberg. Probably going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to happen in the Rumble, and they're both going to get thrown out. I think what's going to happen is they're going to be just cleaning house, almost sort of teaming up to like take everybody out, sort of like Austin and Triple H did back in like 2001, I think. And they just teamed up and just beat the hell out of everybody that would come in, and then when it was clean, they'd beat the shit out of each other. And I think someone's going to tip them both out of the ring at the same time. And that'll be the biggest Royal Rumble elimination ever, in my opinion. If you can say at the exact same time you eliminated Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, you're the frickin' man.
You know who I'd love to see do that?
Who's that?
Heath Slater.
That would be cool. He's got kids, man.
7 of them.
Yep.
Says so right in the shirt.
Yep.
I got kids.
And then the last one that I saw was Styles defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. So it would be, and the way it on the website was booked, it was Styles versus the Wyatt family. So it looked like Bray and Randy would still be together at that point in time. But
what I think they should do if they want to do him versus the Wyatt family, have him like have championship match against the Wyatt family like in different events, like have him like against Luke Harper in one SmackDown event maybe,
yeah,
and then Randy Orton at the pay-per-view before Mania, and then Bray Wyatt for Mania.
Yeah. Nate tagged me in something about some matches that were being rumored. Let's see if I can find them on my phone. Taker versus Cena, title versus career, like I said.
So let me see who has to be champion.
Shaq versus Big Show, we went over. Goldberg versus Lesnar, which we went over. Rollins versus Hunter. Roman versus Braun.
Like to see.
And I guess they teased it on the December 19th edition of Raw when Strowman attacked Reigns and Rollins. And it's been rumored for a few days.
Would it be for a title, you think? Like his U.S. title?
Probably. Or Strowman would screw Reigns over somehow, because Reigns doesn't deserve to be U.S. champion, in my opinion, anyway.
He doesn't even defend it.
No, he doesn't. It's
like when Dean Ambrose was U.S. champion. He just held the title.
But he's the longest reigning ever. Bayley versus Charlotte, which I would like to see. Bayley's 3-up on her now. Jericho versus Owens.
That'd be pretty good. Jericho's been pretty good lately since his return.
Yep.
It's been about almost a year since he's.
Yeah, I know. He's stayed. Like, I was just like, okay, after Dean Ambrose beats him in the Asylum match at, was it Extreme Rules? I was like, that's it. Goodbye, Jericho. And then he's there the next freaking Monday. Huh?
Either Extreme Rules or Payback. It was.
I feel like it was Payback, actually. Because Payback came before Extreme Rules this year. Let's see here. Now, we'll go over the fallout of the Roadblock, and we'll kind of go over where we think the direction's going to go. Rusev versus Cass. I was correct on my prediction.
Same here.
Rusev went over. And where do you think that's going? You think that's just going to die out soon? Because they keep going with it.
If anything, it will last like a couple more weeks. Maybe like if like the longest they'll have it like last out to a Royal Rumble. Then after that, stop it. Like have them feud in the Rumble. And maybe have like Enzo, like not Enzo, Cass and Rusev duke it out, and then Enzo like flips Rusev over.
Yeah. Jinder Mahal stepped into the feud this week also, so I don't know where that's going to go. Jinder Mahal's a worthless talent anyway.
Yeah, he hasn't done much since his return.
Yeah. I think one of the only matches you were wrong on was a Cruiserweight Championship match. You predicted TJP was going to become a 2-time champ just because of the way they're bouncing the title around.
Mm-hmm. And I can see it. I don't know. I like Swan, but I like TJP a lot better as a performer. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, and TJP is a really good performer. Rich Swann, I just love his athleticism. He's a freak of nature. And he kind of looks like he's a little bit nuts sometimes, and I kind of like that. But can you handle this? Can you handle this?
When his eyes get all big, it reminds me of that one part from Popstar with Hunter.
Yep.
He's a
Hunter the Hungry.
Yeah, my bad. Hunter the Hungry.
Maybe I did do it.
His eyes get all wide.
Yep.
I did it.
And then the return of Neville, which was great. And they turned him heel. It's such a weird... Quit throwing your ball! Neville, such a awkward situation. They're putting him in the Cruiserweight division, and he definitely has the potential. He's more of a Cruiserweight than a lot of the people that are in the Cruiserweight division with his high flying and stuff. A lot of these Cruiserweights use submission holds and don't really fly. Neville will fly, so he fits in at that aspect. Yeah, but Neville deserves a lot better, in my opinion.
That's the one thing I don't like about how they're doing the Cruiserweight division on Raw. There's not really that many like flashy diving moves, like outside dives, springboard moves. Like that's what I love about the Cruiserweight division.
Also, they said it was going to be like exclusive to Raw.
And now they have 205 Live.
They have 205 Live, which I don't give a shit about at all. Like, I haven't watched it at all.
I think Neville's actually had a match on there.
He did. It was him and Kendrick defeated TJP and Rich Swann. But, like, I really don't care about 205 Live. Honestly, if you want to make the Cruiserweight division relevant and give them an hour, you got way too much time on your hand for Raw anyway. Dedicate a full hour, probably the middle hour, to just the Cruiserweights. Mm-hmm. Because you're changing the ropes and the canvas and everything anyway, and you're doing that 2 times at least because there's 2 Cruiserweight matches at least on Raw, and they're treating them like how they treated the Divas, and we're not allowed to say that word anymore.
Yeah, I just wish, like I think, cause I don't know, like NXT had a bunch of like cruiserweights per se. Like people do like a bunch of outside dives and springboard
Yep.
moves, stuff like that. And when they some people got Raw, they tone their style down. They don't really do as much.
Yep.
I was hoping that, just do it. That's what
Yeah.
everyone loves. That's what gets the crowd going. NXT got successful because stars were like out of the box kind of things and just like, holy crap, do you see that?
Yeah.
You don't really have that
God,
effect on Raw.
When Cesaro and Sami Zayn had their, I think it was a 2 out of 3 falls match, the opening bout of NXT Arrival, the very first pay-per-view on the WWE Network. Sami Zayn did that. I don't even know what to call it. It's not an exploder DDT where he dives through the ropes and then tornado DDT'd Cesaro. I was like, holy shit! Like I marked out for that.
I missed that in NXT for him. He does it like rarely. Like I think he stays for like pay-per-view events.
Yeah. But man, they need to do something with that. Speaking of Sami Zayn, I was half right, half wrong on my prediction. I predicted that it would go the entire time limit. The rules were they didn't really cover the rules. I didn't know.
So,
If the time expired, I didn't know if it ended in a draw, if Zayn won or Braun won.
Do MMA rules, they like decision.
Yeah, like I didn't know how they were going to do that, but I predicted that it was going to go the full 10 minutes and they were going to run out of time. And then they kind of made Zayn look like a coward on Raw by not being there. And
I wonder if that feud's gonna keep going on.
I don't know. Now I feel like it's gonna have something to do with Rollins and Reigns.
It's always something to do with Rollins and Reigns.
Yep, always something. But then the WWE Tag Team titles, the New Day was finally defeated by Sheamus. Shame. Sheamus and Cesaro. Cesaro definitely deserves it. Sheamus, worthless piece of trash, in my opinion. He was an asshole when I met him in real life. Wouldn't sign my shirt. Granted, it was a Dolph Ziggler shirt. He just kind of seemed like he didn't really want to do anything and didn't want to do anything for anybody. He was kind of an ass. But I don't know. I definitely am 100% with you on that the club should have been the ones that dethroned him, or Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, you are insane down there, Shia. What do you think about that?
I feel like a real tag team, especially the club. I'm really high in the club.
Yeah.
They needed to win. They were big name.
Yep.
Those two, Gallows and Anderson, were huge in Japan.
Yep. All over the world, really.
Mm-hmm. And they're in WWE. And what have they done?
Yeah.
Lose matches.
Yep. And did a doctors steal your testicles gimmick with the New Day and still lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
where's the push? What? Put them on SmackDown. They know how to push stars.
Yeah, I think I want to see Triple H and Rollins, but at the same time, the Shield versus the Club would be an awesome match at Mania.
It would be, but I can't see Styles losing the title.
No, not like that.
If he does, it would. I don't even want to see him losing at Mania. If the SmackDown after Mania, I'd be okay with, because I want Styles to at least get one Mania win. I did not like last year's Mania where he lost to Chris Jericho. I feel like he should have won that.
If we don't see, Jericho said he's done putting over talent. New talent, at least. And at that point in time, Styles was still fairly new to the WWE. But one thing that... I totally just lost my train of thought. Oh. If Cena and Taker doesn't happen, I see Cena versus Styles at Mania for the title, and Cena tying Ric Flair's record there. Rollins went over Jericho, as I predicted and you predicted. I couldn't see Jericho not winning that one. Or Rollins not winning that one. And then, anything for that?
No, it's pretty much how I called it. Kevin Owens came in,
and ruined everything. Yeah, you did call that. You did call that was how it was going to end.
Do anything when his friend back, and it worked. Want him back.
Yeah. Only match I was wrong on, Sasha losing the championship to Charlotte
I was wrong on that one too.
in overtime. I really thought it was going to be Sasha's time. Shadow, get out from underneath the desk. You're going to knock the keyboard over. I really thought that it was going to be time for them to push Sasha. At the time, I was like, this is just the stupidest booking I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of putting the title on her and taking it off her, putting it on her on a Raw, taking it off her on a pay-per-view, on Raw, off on pay-per-view?
Keep doing that. Fans won't get excited. They're like, okay, she won. She's going to lose in about a month.
Yeah.
Like,
If
what's
that,
the point? Yeah,
couple
if
weeks. But I guess I understand now the reason why they're doing that is they want it to seem like it's a very evenly matched game between Sasha and Charlotte. But they always give Charlotte the big win. Charlotte is 21-3 at pay-per-views now, and the only 3 losses she's had at pay-per-view is in tag team matches. So I think they're going to book Charlotte strong all the way until Mania, and then whoever the hell it is that she's facing will finally dethrone her. Yeah, I'd like to
see Bailey.
I want some Bailey. So,
You want what?
We want some Bailey. Hey, we want some Bailey. Universal title match. I was correct that Kevin Owens would win. Didn't quite picture that happening the way it did, but it was still a pretty good ending. A lot of people didn't like Roadblock, but I didn't think it was a bad event overall.
That's alright for me. I mean, everything predicted like that. Like, okay, called it. Saw that coming.
Yeah.
It's just I just watched a lot of wrestling. It's getting predictable for me, or they just need to do something to just throw me off.
See, I haven't done prediction videos the past 2 months, but I have done predictions on the last 2 events. And I did awful on all of them. And that's because I haven't been reading spoilers. Couple weeks before the event, or a week before Roadblock, I started reading some. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. If they're going to go this direction, then this would happen. And, I mean, I was correct, finally. But, I find, like you said, it's almost not enjoyable sometimes. Spoilers. I stopped reading spoilers for like a year. And, I was like, holy shit, they're doing great. Like, they're killing it. But I definitely know where you're coming from there. But, yeah. SmackDown is going to be pretty big the next week.
Mm-hmm.
What are they calling it? The Wild Card Finals?
For the tag?
For the whole show.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch SmackDown this week. Those 12-hour shifts from 3 to 3.
Oh, yeah.
Bed by 6.
Oh, yeah, my bad. But you read the results, obviously.
Yeah.
We're going to have Styles defending against Ziggler and Corbin.
Which I'm happy they're adding Corbin in, because if you're going to have Styles versus Ziggler, you already know Styles is going to win.
Yeah.
Ziggler is a good wrestler, but I can't see him winning that big of a title.
Not anymore.
No. More IC championships, possibly. Maybe a tag team championship, possibly. I'm not sure. If they don't know what to do with him, probably. But that's what most people do with wrestlers. They don't know what to do.
Yep.
Tag team.
Yep. Sheamus and Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example right there.
Corbin's been really good lately. He's been you just see more of a personality from him than you did in NXT.
Yeah, he's got a lot more of an attitude. Although I do love his NXT entrance better than his one on the main roster. I don't like the red light. I like the highlights. I was like, damn, that's cool. But what else is happening on SmackDown next week?
Elimination Fatal 4-Way match for the tag team championships.
Yep, it's the Wyatts against, was it American Alpha?
American Alpha.
Fudge.
American Alpha. Slater and Rhino.
I almost said Slater Gator. And then probably the Usos.
I believe so.
But, man, I kind of really thought that Mojo and Hawkins were going to team up after what Ryder said, that they should team, the Hype Hawks. And then, is the IC title on the line next week?
Probably. The IC title's always on the line every week.
Pretty much, and Daniel Bryan's done a really good job at legitimizing that. Like he said that like when he was IC champ, he wanted to be exclusive to SmackDown and wanted to defend the title pretty much every single week to try to re-legitimize it, and he's done that. Cena did a really good job at like making the U.S. title feel special because I knew every single Monday that I tuned in that the U.S. title was going to be on the line.
And I enjoy that a lot, especially when you never knew like who it was going to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the John Cena U.S. Open Challenge starts right now. Bret Hart's music hits, Sami Zayn comes out, dislocates his shoulder, and then puts on a show of a lifetime. Or when Kevin Owens came out like a week or two later. Oh, man. Did you figure it out yet?
I'm trying to look it up.
Feel like it's the Usos. Hype Hawks. That would have been cool.
Because of the return of John Cena, too.
Yeah, if anybody actually gives a crap about Cena.
Remember Ambrose says a lazy part-timer?
Yeah. And then he got all mad, and then he left. But, I don't know. What do you think about, like, what direction do you think that's going with Cena? Like, do you think... How much more do you think Cena has in the tank?
I think, like... Well, the guy's a freaking ginormous athlete.
He's a freak of nature. Very athletic. He's got the athleticism to keep going. But, like, how much longer do you think he'll actually stick around?
5 years.
5 years?
5 years. So
Part-time?
Part-time, yeah.
Part-time from here on out? Or do you think, like, part-time for, like, a year, full-time for 2, part-time? Or do you just think he's going to be part-time here on out?
I'm gonna hopefully give him, like, a good year.
Yeah.
Maybe of being full-time, then the rest is part-time. Year and a half.
Do you think he'll break Ric Flair's record?
Yeah.
You do?
I honestly think so, because they
He's a
built him up
part-timer?
this long. They built him up for this long. He's so close to the record.
Yeah.
And who else are they gonna have tie? I believe he'll tie
Orton's
it.
only 4 away.
Orton gets hurt too much. He dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah.
Taking out the garbage.
Yeah, and he's violated the wellness policy twice.
Mm-hmm.
One more and he's gone. But if they actually follow with that, he's just a huge star and just 3 generation. Jeff Hardy, I don't think they really gave a shit. They're like, okay, we've given you so many chances. You violated the wellness policy 3 times in your current run and X amount of times in your past run here. You're done. What do you think? Like, if Orton were to violate it, you think they'd get rid of him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, between Jeff Hardy and Orton, if Hardy steps in the ring, he'll get the crowd going as big as AJ Styles was when he entered the Royal Rumble last year.
Yep.
The crowd was nuts.
Yeah. That was probably the biggest pop of 2016. Other than, I don't know, Shane McMahon's return.
Yeah, that
got huge pop. God, I wish we could have been there. That was in Detroit.
No one saw that coming.
No.
No one.
And they even announced it pretty much. They're like, they've got it figured out who Orton Taker's WrestleMania opponent's going to be this year, but we haven't, or the person isn't a signed WWE superstar. But I don't know. Have you found it yet?
No, I'm still looking. I'm reading the results of Tuesday to see if I can find it. I know another match happening next week. Bliss versus Lynch for the SmackDown Women's SmackDown Women's title.
Luchadora, whatever. El Luchadora. What the hell was her name?
La Luchadora.
La Luchadora. Oh yeah, because El is masculine and La is feminine. But you can go ahead and quit looking. I think that's all we got time for here today. Thanks for listening to the H2 Wrestling Podcast with my special guest, 2-time world champion, AJ Gagliardo. You guys have a good day and put somebody in a headlock.